Hello, and welcome back to EnglishStoryHub. I am really glad you are here with me today. Take a slow breath, let your shoulders relax, and let your mind settle into a calm, comfortable space. This is your quiet moment to learn English in a gentle way. Think of this podcast as a warm walk through real English, the kind of English people use every day. In this lesson, we focus on fluency, which means speaking with a smooth flow, expressing ideas clearly, and feeling more confident when you talk. Fluency is not about speaking fast. Fluency is about speaking naturally, with the right words, and with a calm mind. Today, you will learn useful everyday phrases, simple but advanced-sounding expressions, and small habits that make your English feel more natural. I will also explain new vocabulary in simple English, so you never feel lost. For example, when I say natural expression, I mean a sentence that people use in real life without thinking too hard. When I say tone, I mean the feeling your voice gives to the listener. You do not need to memorize anything today. Just listen, feel the rhythm, repeat softly if you want, and let the language grow inside you, little by little. Before we move into the first skill, take one more slow breath. Let your mind focus. You are here, you are learning, and you are doing something good for your future self. Let's begin with one of the most common skills in daily conversation, the skill of sharing your opinion in a natural way. Many learners only use the basic phrase, I think, and this is okay, but native speakers often use softer, more flexible expressions. These expressions help your voice sound calm, confident, and friendly. For example, instead of saying, I think, you can say, from my point of view, which means your personal opinion. You can also say, the way I see it, which means how you understand the situation. And you can use, in my experience, which means based on things that have happened to you before. These phrases are simple, but they make your English sound smoother. Let me show you the difference in a real situation. Basic version. I think online learning is good. Improved version. From my point of view, online learning is helpful because I can study in my own time. Another example, basic version. I think mornings are better. Improved version. In my experience, mornings feel easier because my mind is fresh. Now take a moment and try it yourself. Choose something simple in your life, your morning coffee, your daily routine, your favorite place to relax. Start with one of the new phrases. Maybe say, the way I see it, my morning coffee helps me feel awake, or create your own sentence. Keep it simple, keep it calm. Let's explore another simple but powerful skill, the skill of talking about your feelings in a more natural way. Many learners only use basic words like happy, sad, or tired. These words are correct, but when you add a little detail, your English becomes smoother and more expressive. For example, instead of saying, I am tired, you can say, I am feeling low on energy today. The meaning is the same, but the sentence sounds more natural and gentle. Instead of saying, I am happy, you can say, I feel really good about this, or I am truly happy about it, which gives more emotion. Instead of saying, I am stressed, you can say, I feel a little overwhelmed, which means you have many things and it feels heavy. Let me show you how this works in daily life. Basic version. I am tired after work. Improved version. I am feeling low on energy after a long day. Another example, basic version. I am nervous. Improved version. I feel a bit unsure, but I am trying my best. Now try this softly in your mind. Think of your feeling today. Choose one small emotion and describe it with one more detail. Maybe say, I feel a little tired because I slept late, or I feel calm right now because I am learning. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to express yourself with clarity. Now let's practice another important fluency skill, the ability to describe your day in a fuller, more natural way. Many learners speak in very short, simple lines. For example, I was busy, or my day was good, or I had a problem. These sentences are correct, but they do not show much color or detail. When you add just a little more information, your English becomes richer. You do not need long sentences. You only need one extra idea. For example, instead of saying I was busy, you can say, today was a bit more demanding than I expected. The word demanding means something that needs more effort or energy. Instead of saying, I had a problem, you can say, I ran into a small issue earlier, which means you faced something unexpected. Here is another example. Basic version, my day was stressful. Improved version, this morning felt a little stressful, but I managed to stay calm. When you add a small contrast like, but I managed to stay calm, your sentence sounds more natural and complete. Now try to picture your own day. Think of one moment that stood out, maybe your morning routine, your work, or a small challenge. Then add one detail. You can say something like, my day was simple, but it felt good to finish my tasks, or I felt a little tired, but my afternoon was nicer than I expected. Keep it soft, keep it light. This small habit of adding one extra detail is one of the easiest ways to sound more fluent in daily conversation. You are doing very well, and your English is growing with each step. Let's move into a very useful skill for everyday conversation, the skill of agreeing and disagreeing in a soft, polite, and natural way. Many learners only say I agree or I don't agree. These are correct, but they can sound a little strong or simple in real conversation. Native speakers usually speak with softer, smoother expressions. For example, instead of saying I don't agree, you can say, I see your point, but I have a different view. The phrase, I see your point, means you understand the other person's idea. It shows respect. Another gentle option is, I understand what you mean, although I'm not completely convinced. The word convinced means fully sure or fully believing. This makes your sentence polite and calm. When you agree with someone, you can also use natural expressions. Instead of saying, I agree, you can say, that makes sense, which means the idea is clear and logical. Or you can say, I completely understand your point, which feels warm and supportive. Here are some quick examples in real life. Basic version, I don't agree with this plan. Improved version, I see your point, but I feel this plan might need more time. Another example, basic version, I agree. Improved version, that makes sense to me. I think it could work well. Now try it softly in your mind. Think of a simple topic, maybe food, work, or daily routines. Then choose one of the new phrases. For example, I see your point, but I prefer something different. Or that makes sense, I understand why you chose that. Keep it natural, keep it smooth. These small expressions help your English sound polite, confident, and emotionally balanced. You are doing an excellent job building these skills little by little. Let's explore a very simple skill that makes a big difference in real conversation, the use of soft fillers. Fillers are small words or phrases that give you a moment to think. Native speakers use them all the time, not because they forget English, but because fillers create a natural, relaxed rhythm. Many learners feel nervous when they need time to think. They stay silent or they repeat, and it feels uncomfortable. But when you use a soft filler, your speech sounds calm and natural, even when you pause. Here are a few gentle fillers you can use. You can say, let me think for a second, which gives you a short pause. You can say, well, it depends, which means the answer changes based on the situation. You can also say, to be honest, which means you want to speak clearly and truthfully. Let me show you how fillers help in real life. Basic version, someone asks you, how can I improve my English quickly? You freeze. Improved version, you pause naturally and say, well, it depends on your goals. Then you continue. Another example, someone asks you, why do you prefer mornings? Basic version, silent. Improved version, let me think for a moment. Mornings feel calm for me. These fillers are simple, but they make your English feel smooth and steady. They protect you from awkward silence, and they give your mind time to find the right words. Now take a moment and try one softly in your mind. Imagine someone asks you a question, then answer with, well, to be honest, or let me think for a moment, or it depends on the situation. Feel how natural it becomes. You are building rhythm, not just vocabulary. That rhythm is the heart of fluency, and you are doing wonderfully. Now let's practice one of the easiest and most powerful fluency techniques, the habit of adding just one extra detail to your sentence. You do not need long or complex grammar. You only need one more idea, something small and simple, and your English instantly sounds richer. Many learners speak in short lines like, I went to work, I studied English, or I ate lunch. These are correct, but they feel very basic. When you add one small detail, your sentence becomes more natural, more human, and more interesting to listen to. Here are a few examples. Basic version, I went to work. Improved version, I went to work earlier today, and it was a calm morning. Basic version, I studied English. Improved version, I studied English for a while today, just to review my new words. Basic version, I ate lunch. Improved version, I ate lunch outside today, and the weather felt really nice. The technique is simple. Say the main action, then add one small detail such as time, place, reason, or feeling. Let's practice it with clear patterns. I went to plus one detail. I ate plus one detail. I studied plus one detail. I called plus one detail. I walked plus one detail. Now think about your day. Choose one simple action, something small, something ordinary. Then add one extra detail. Maybe say, I had coffee this morning and it helped me wake up, or I watched a short video and it made me feel relaxed. This little habit is easy to learn, and it makes your English sound smoother and more confident. You are adding color and life to your sentences, and your fluency grows with every tiny improvement. Let's strengthen a very important fluency habit, the ability to transform a basic sentence into a smoother, more natural version. This is one of the fastest ways to make your English sound more expressive without using difficult grammar. You take a simple idea, then you change one or two words to create a softer tone, a clearer feeling, or a more natural rhythm. Let's look at a few examples. Basic version, I am tired. Fluent version, I am feeling really low on energy today. The meaning is the same, but the second sentence carries emotion and detail. Basic version, I do not know. Fluent version, I am not entirely sure, but I can think about it. This sounds calm and confident. Basic version, I am busy. Fluent version, I have quite a lot to handle today. The word handle means manage or deal with. Here are a few more. Basic version, I am happy. Fluent version, I feel really good about this. Basic version, I am sad. Fluent version, I feel a little low today. Basic version, I cannot go. Fluent version, I am not able to make it right now. These small changes turn simple speech into natural conversation. You do not need big vocabulary. You only need smoother phrases and a gentle tone. Now, let's do a short transformation exercise. I will give you a basic idea, and you can upgrade it in your mind. I am worried. You might say, I feel a bit unsure about this. I am excited. You might say, I am really looking forward to it. I am angry. You might say, this situation is testing my patience a little. I am confused. You might say, I am not completely clear about this yet. Notice how each improved version adds softness or detail. This is how fluency grows, one sentence at a time, one soft change at a time. Let's work on another key element of fluency, the ability to ask natural questions that keep a conversation flowing smoothly. Many learners use only basic questions like where are you from or what do you do? These questions are correct, but they feel short and sometimes a little stiff. Native speakers often use gentle, more open questions that invite longer answers. For example, instead of asking how are you, you can ask, how have things been for you lately? The word lately means recently, in the last few days or weeks. Instead of asking what do you do, you can say, what have you been working on these days? This question sounds warmer and more curious. Instead of asking are you busy, you can say, how is your week going so far? It feels friendly and relaxed. Here are some simple patterns you can use. What have you been up to? This means, what have you been doing recently? How are things on your side? This means, how is everything in your life? Is there anything interesting happening for you this week? This invites the listener to share a story. Let me show you how this works in daily life. Basic version, how is your day? Improved version, how has your day been going so far? Basic version, what do you like? Improved version, what kind of things do you enjoy these days? Basic version, are you okay? Improved version, is everything feeling all right for you today? Now try one softly in your mind. Think of a friend you talked to recently. Imagine asking, what have you been up to these days? Or, is there anything new happening in your week? Keep the tone light and friendly. These questions help you connect with people, and they make your English feel natural and warm. Practicing open questions like these is a small step, but it helps your conversations last longer and feel more engaging. You are doing really well, and your fluency is growing with every new pattern you learn. Now let's explore a gentle but very powerful fluency skill, the skill of showing interest when someone is speaking. In English, natural communication is not only about what you say, but also about how you react. These small reactions show that you are listening, that you care, and that you want the conversation to continue. Many learners stay silent while the other person talks. Silence is okay, but sometimes it feels a little cold. Native speakers often use short, warm phrases to show interest. These are called reaction expressions, and they help your voice sound friendly and alive. For example, when someone tells you something surprising, you can say, "Oh, really?" This shows curiosity. When someone shares something positive, you can say, "That sounds great," which shows happiness for them. When someone talks about something difficult, you can say, "That must have been a lot to handle," which shows empathy. The word empathy means understanding someone's feelings. Here are more simple reaction phrases you can use. "That's interesting," which means you want to hear more. "I didn't know that," which shows learning. "Wow, that's nice," which expresses positive emotion. "I see what you mean," which shows understanding. Let's look at this in real life. If a friend says, "I changed my job recently," the basic reply is, "Okay." But a natural reply is, "Oh, really? How are you feeling about it so far?" If someone says, "I went on a trip last weekend," the basic reply is, "Nice." The natural reply is, "That sounds exciting. What was the best part for you?" These small reactions keep conversations warm and open. They show that you are present, listening, and interested in the other person's story. You do not need long sentences. Just a soft, simple reaction can make your English sound much more fluent. Now take a moment and try one softly in your mind. Choose a simple situation. Maybe imagine a friend saying, "I'm learning something new." Then respond with, "That sounds interesting. Tell me more." Feel how natural it becomes. These gentle reactions help you sound engaged, warm, and confident. You are doing a wonderful job building each part of your fluency. Let's move into another soft but essential fluency skill, the ability to talk about uncertainty in a calm, confident way. In daily life, you will often face moments when you are not sure, when you do not have the answer yet, or when you need a little more time. Many learners only say, "I don't know," but this sounds very strong and sometimes a little too direct. Native speakers usually choose softer expressions that keep the conversation open and relaxed. For example, instead of saying, "I don't know," you can say, "I'm not entirely sure," which means you do not have a full answer yet. You can also say, "I'm still thinking about it," which gives you space to decide. Another soft option is, "It's a bit unclear for me right now," which means the information is not fully clear yet. Here are a few more gentle expressions for uncertainty. "I could be wrong, but this means you want to share an idea politely." "It seems like this means you are giving your impression, not a fact." "As far as I can tell, this means this is what I understand for now." Let's see how this works in real life. Basic version, "I don't know if this plan works." Improved version, "I'm not entirely sure if this plan will work, but we can try." Another example, basic version, "I don't know why this happened." Improved version, "It's a bit unclear why this happened, but I'm trying to understand. Now try it softly in your mind. Think of a small question in your life, maybe about your schedule or your goals. Then choose a gentle phrase. You can say, I'm still thinking about it, or I'm not completely sure yet. These small expressions help you sound calm and thoughtful, even when you don't have the answer. Uncertainty is a natural part of conversation, and speaking about it with softness is one of the signs of real fluency. You are doing very well, and each new phrase brings you closer to natural, confident English. Let's continue with a simple but very helpful fluency skill. The skill of describing your daily actions with a natural flow. Many learners speak about their day in short, separate lines. For example, I woke up, I studied, I cooked, I went home. These sentences are correct, but they feel a little dry, almost like a list. When you add a small connector or a soft detail, your English becomes smoother, warmer, and much more natural. You can use gentle connectors like, and then, after that, later on, or for a little while. These tiny words connect your ideas and help your story move forward without sounding rushed. For example, instead of saying, I woke up, I ate breakfast, you can say, I woke up a little early today, and then I made a simple breakfast. This version is still easy, but it feels more like real conversation. Here is another example. Basic version, I cleaned my room. I listened to music. Improved version, I cleaned my room for a bit, and later on I listened to some music to relax. The phrase for a bit means a short time, and the phrase to relax adds a gentle feeling. These small details give your English a softer tone. You can also describe your feelings during these actions. For instance, I took a short walk and it felt refreshing, which means the walk helped your mind feel lighter. Or you can say, I cooked dinner and it helped me slow down after a busy day. None of these sentences are difficult. They are simple ideas with just one extra touch. Now think about your own day. Choose 2 small actions and connect them with a gentle connector. Maybe say, I studied English for a little while, and then I made some tea, or I watched a short video, and later on I prepared dinner. These small habits create rhythm, and that rhythm is one of the key signs of growing fluency. You have done a wonderful job today. You learned how to add gentle connectors, how to bring simple actions together, and how to give your sentences a calm, natural rhythm. These small changes make a big difference in your fluency, and they help your English sound smoother, clearer, and more confident. Remember, fluency does not grow in one day. It grows in moments like this, when you listen softly, when you practice without pressure, and when you let the language settle inside your mind. Every small phrase you learn becomes part of your voice. Every gentle sentence becomes part of your confidence. Take a slow breath, feel the progress you made, and be proud of this quiet effort. Thank you for spending this time with me on English Story Hub. I hope today's lesson brought you clarity, comfort, and a little more confidence in your English journey. Whenever you are ready, you can return for the next practice, and we will continue building your fluency step by step.